welcome to Gemstone Tarot, where I bump the camera and it's all hither and thither, hither and thither, hither and thither. Valentine joins us again. She is welded to the cardigan in a stripe of... That's nice, isn't it? She's in a stripe of sunshine. Vally, you're in a little stripe of sunshine. No wonder she's welded to it. And we have the curtain drawn against... Look at this. Against this. The sun. That's the wrong arm. When I look at, it's so complicated, isn't it? It's like the camera's pointing at me, but I can't see myself, but I can see myself on a laptop here, which is why you sometimes see me looking over here. And then the laptop is right and left reversed. You can change it, but I find that even more confusing. So when I stick out this arm, it's the other arm. Anyway, welcome to Gemstone Tarot, Thursday the 12th, as the moon skedaddles from Sagittarius into Capricorn. I do love a moon in Capricorn. I've got my moon in Capricorn, thank God. In the UK this happens at 0407, so it's happening before you've even really got out of bed. That's good. Get ready, get organised. I'm going to do a little bit of weather. Because we've had it all here. I've just been out in drizzle, as you can see from my hair. And now it's a little bit sunny. Actual sunshine. Actual sunshine. I know. I've just been and collected a prescription from a chemist that's quite near me, which is the kind of chemist where you take your life in your own hands. But I do like the people who run it. It's challenging. Let's just say it's challenging in there. They get all sorts of things happening, and then they get me, you know, and they're just the nicest people in there. So even though it's got a really kind of bad reputation, yeah, it's somehow an uplifting experience. So strange. Okay, weather almanac. March. Even though we're in March, I forgot to do it, so we're just going to do it. I can see little white butterflies scooching around as well, which is nice. Once bare trees begin to bud and cloudy skies break to reveal the pleasant warmth of March sunshine, shooing, and persistent rain eases to something more showery, and it is. It's kind of mizzle. Meteorological spring is here. A true season of transition. And as March progresses, the weather is changing too. Here you go. I'm just going to take this curtain a minute because I like to have that curtain open so that we can get some... Oh, that's better. Look at that. Yes. Popular weather lore, L-O-R-E. Love me an L-O-R-E. Describes this month as in like a lion, out like a lamb. And although in many years the opposite happens, or something completely different occurs, this no doubt refers to the idea that March is a transitional month between the winter storms of February and the generally more settled weather of April. Despite the picture of fair spring weather that comes to mind, March often continues where winter left off, with further Atlantic depressions tracking eastward across the UK. Maths face! Bringing a continuation of wet and windy weather. Sometimes this can persist for the whole of the month, as it did in UK's wettest March on record in 1981. Weather archives describe it as very wet, very dull, very mild. I love that. With frequent depressions crossing the country and a mild, moist southwesterly airflow. Forced to rise and release its rainfall as it met high ground in Wales, the resultant orographic effect gave these areas some of the highest rainfall totals, particularly on the 21st and 22nd of March, when a report from Snowdonia suggested 129 millimetres of rain had fallen within 24 hours from 9 AM on the 21st. And we will continue that tomorrow. Now you've got something to chat with your neighbours about. Did you know in 1981, in Snowdonia of all places, exactly, And I'm going to use this little chap again, actually, because I really enjoyed it the other day. I have got another one to use, but I can't find it. So we're having the Daydream Tarot deck again. I've been having very vivid dreams lately, particularly last night, which I don't know if you get this, but if I do that, and it was a real, I put in a double shift. So I dreamed like vividly until 4:30 a.m. Thanks. And then I woke up and sort of padded about a bit, and then I managed to go back to sleep. And I didn't have a second instalment of that dream, which I'm grateful for, even though it wasn't that bad. But you know what I mean? I don't like a sequel if I can help it. But I then went on to have another extremely strange dream. So it was strange dream night. I know. It's a lot. And it's left me, because I don't remember them, unless I write them down straight away, and that's my advice to you, is to write them down at the time, which of course I don't take my own advice and do that. Now I don't remember them, but the flavour of them persists. I know. So I'm kind of discombobulated by something that I don't know what it is. Do you ever get that? Let me know in the comments section. Okay. What do we need to know about Thursday, which I like a Thursday. You again, geography teacher, miserable King of Cups. You again, and we are shuffling. Itchy nose. Anybody watched any good documentaries recently? Let me know. Always on the lookout. I'm watching one about the New Yorker and one about Ozempic. Very interesting. Very interesting. I have a sort of, I have like a side, I don't know, it's hard to explain, but things like Ozempic and medications and stuff interest me. And I understand them in a way that I don't understand math, and I haven't done any chemistry, but it's weird. Anyway, let's have a looky-see. Should we look, Val? She's like, I don't care. I mean, a beam of sunshine, woman. Leave me alone. Now, the sharp-eyed among you will notice a couple of things. Well, one thing, really, to be fair. Looky-see. These two meditative people. We've got our out-of-work geography teacher, or maybe he's on some kind of weird sabbatical. You know, like something weird happened, he's on a sabbatical. He's on gardening leave, that's what we call it in the UK. But either way, we then have this rather lovely Queen of Cups here. This is gorgeous. I like this deck a lot. Now, I know that he's like balancing a tea tray on his head, which gives a sort of sense of oppression. And there is a bit of that, and I'm being... yeah, there we are. Page of Swords was just wanting to come out there as well. So let's just say there's a needling of something. You know, you're not absolutely bombed out by something, but something's needling away at you and just saying in your head, you know, like it does. What about this? And who about that? And you're like, meditate on it. But also King and Queen of Cups together, masculine and feminine, and she seems very, very liminal. And we're getting closer to going into Aries season, but we are still in Mercury retrograde in Pisces and Pisces season. So I would say this is very accurate. A lot of scrying, because that's what we call when we're like reading the surface of something, like a mirror or a crystal ball, or as is always with the Queen of Cups, a massive cup. See, I wouldn't mind drinking my coffee out. I do love a big cup. I've got an excellent earthenware one. It must be a freaking pint. It's the one that if I'm doing the monthlies, I'll do half caffeinated, half decaf. Yeah, and then just get the camera rolling. I'm like, yay, let's have it. Then we have two Wands cards, we've got the Ace of Wands and we've got the Three of Wands, which I like because the Ace of Wands introduces a bit of vim and vigour and a bit of ideas and a bit of, ooh, why don't we do it like this and why don't we do it like that? And it's multiplying into the 3, it's tripling. Even I can work this out. So it's like energy that is growing and a new cycle that is coming, but there needs to be a lot of pondering about things. And also listen to your dreams, and also listen to any kind of psychic noises that come your way. There is a tiny idea, a tiny thought, a tiny word that wants to grow, but it needs this kind of wishy-washy, watery, Pisces and easy space. Pisces and easy. That's like a room spray. Okay, leave me a comment. Oh gosh. And I will see you tomorrow. Namaste.